Today is March 10th, and we have an update on Quinfall. I'm actually going to date this back to the update that happened on the 7th as well, but we'll go quickly through all of these. So, fix an issue with Kraken Boss. Items weren't able to use in Recycler. Nothing too crazy. Fix issues with Clan homepage. It wasn't being displayed. We kind of seen that. Respawn didn't work. Twitch reward chests have been added. So if you now watch a Twitch stream, such as myself or another content creator on Twitch, you can get those Twitch reward chests. The inventory slot protection system has been added. This one's a little weird to me because you protect specific slots. You're not protecting specific gear. So if you protect the specific slots, if you get more items, those slots, those items might be moving and they won't be protected. So just make sure you double check that. The server-side optimization stuff is always a good thing. So let's talk about Warhammer real quick. So Judgment damage point increased by 7% to 9%. Juggernaut skill's been sped up. They fixed an issue with Home Run. I know we've seen this on stream multiple times when we've been doing testing. It now works better with the crosshair. The normal attack speed has been increased by 30%, which is huge because Warhammer was super slow. It's actually very quick now. Defense stance duration in the Stone Arena has been increased by 1 second. This is a cool ability to trap everyone in there, but the bad thing is if you trap someone and you're by yourself if you don't have your teammates there, that especially that are melee. So hopefully they maybe address that in the near future. Earth Chatter went from 8 to 15%, which is huge, right? All right, dual axes. Rage Burst skill's been sped up by 50%. That's love to see it because there was a big delay there. Berserk Stance increased by 1%, and they increased their movement speed. Now, the thing with this is they didn't address the fact that you don't actually block damage. So hopefully that gets fixed. Death roll damage was increased. The base damage is also increased. Cruel Authority was sped up. Riftmaker was sped up. And Guillotine movement range has been doubled, which was a W there because it was like 3 feet in front of you before. Arcane Staff, of course. This is a huge one for the Necromancers. Agony Wall. They removed the Shield Dispel effect, and it has been moved to the Necro Herd skill. It was very easy to dodge Agony Wall. Necro Herd is a baller move. It does decent damage, and now it removes shield. So that is huge for gameplay. Team-based gameplay. Bow charge attack has been sped up by 50%. Huge. Again, bow just keeps getting updated after update. All right, so dual dagger. The shurikens increased range. It's a W because it was really puny before. Here's another one. Blindside defense increased, extended by 1 second. That's not a big issue. I mean, that's cool. But the big issue with Blindside is the block feature also doesn't work, just like Berserk's block feature doesn't work. So if you do Blindside, you take full damage, and then the effect goes off. You can pass through friendly players with the Fade to Black skill. That's actually pretty good because Fade to Black is an execute, and you did get hung up on your friendlies from time to time. Death Bloom skill has been sped up. The Blood Harvest now grants invisibility, not invincibility. So that's pretty cool because the Bloodshade Tree didn't have any invisible skills, so now you can. It's not super long, so that's fine. And then Death Waltz is the immune to negative effects now. I used to get stunned through it constantly. Increase the damage per point, and we do 100% damage back now, or health steal. So that's cool. All right, so then today there was the update, right? Let's talk about this. This is a huge one. And actually, I want to mention one more thing. Added an item recovery system accessible from inventory. So if you accidentally delete an item or discard an item, it is now in your inventory at the very bottom right. It says recover, and it lists the 1,000 last transactions. So make sure you take a look at that. If you accidentally delete something, it will be in your recover menu from now on. All right, so let's move forward to today. Hide other players' effects has been added to settings. I guess that's going to help if people have FPS issues. I want to see players' effects. So unless it's like maybe like their cosmetic effects. We'll have to see. But I'm going to guess it's skill effects. Rare issue where players could not be revived. It's been fixed. PM's fixed. NPC sale price for stackable materials has been updated to 100. Okay. Interesting. The recovery cost for items in the recovery section, like I just mentioned, has been updated to 20 times the NPC sale price. So if you do really need to get an item back, right, you have to pay a little extra to actually get it back. So just be careful when you sell stuff. Drop and pull effects could sometimes be applied with players with immunity has been fixed. Yeah, I mean, that's like, for instance, my kick could knock someone on the ground if they put on like invincibility. It never worked for dual crossbow, but it worked against like life staff users sometimes. But I mean, that's cool. I mean, they're invincible, so they shouldn't take that effect. So it's a W for them. Players who received more than 2 negative effects within 3 seconds will automatically gain 3 seconds of immunity. This is huge. So finally, we're getting some stun resistance, so you can't be chain stunned and then just die. So that's going to be awesome. Time your abilities properly. But in group PvP, this is going to come in clutch a lot. You can't just nuke a whole group of people and keep them stunned forever. So cannot receive any new negative effects, but previously applied effects are not canceled. Obviously makes sense. Invulnerability duration for players who arrive in Clan Wars has been increased to 1 minute. That's huge because the loading screens were very long. And if you watched my stream the other day, we were just stuck in a loading screen death forever. So that's good that they actually added a duration that we cannot be damaged. Hopefully that gives us enough time while they work on server side things and get that more stable. Improvements have been made regarding loading screens. There we go. It's been improved. Now we'll have to address this when the time comes, because if you're invulnerable for a minute and you can run through the whole clan war, that might be a problem, right? So hopefully we'll see what happens there. Translations, control error, area targeted skill shots have been fixed. All good. EU bonus XP for specific profession. Okay. Dungeon entry issued. Yeah, that's good. There was a couple issues. I didn't personally see this when we did the party finder, but I heard about it. Party finder now correctly counts party members. Okay. HP potion cooldown is now 10 seconds and MP is 6 seconds. So I think, what was it before? 15 and 10? So we're spamming potions quicker now. All right, here we go. This is the good one. I am a spear user. So, Mirage. Bleed Effect now applies correctly. I don't play Mirage, but that's good. And they got faster movement and speed increase. Aerial Onslaught, speed increased by 40%. That's actually pretty good because that move was pretty slow. We got Face Off. Throw distance increased by 25%. Damage area increased by 20%. Okay. Ruthless Dive. Ranged increase. Animation speed increased. That is a W, because how many times did I use this ability and get frozen? And animation. I mean, that's what it came down to, was animation. So they sped up the animation. So hopefully I don't get frozen 5 foot from a frost circle again. No quarter speed increase. That's our kick move, so that's huge. It had a long wind up. Now the only thing they need to adjust with this ability is, why do we only kick down one person when all other abilities in the game can knock down everyone if you hit them in a AoE? So we would like to see no quarter actually kick everyone down instead of just one person. Would be nice. Supreme Force also sped up the skill, so that's good. And Lance Cyclone, speed increase. These two skills weren't used as often because they were slow, so that's good. We got Dual Axe Execution, stun duration increased by 1 second. That's pretty nice, because I think it was only 1 second before, so now it's a 2 second. And of course, Bow gets extra things. Piercing Arrow now heals the user because, they definitely needed to do that. Skyfall Shot, base damage is increased, and additionally applies a slow because They needed that. Quick draw. Base damage is increased because they needed that. And bow. Evasive shot grants 25% movement speed after for 3 seconds. Because they needed that. We'll just let that one sit. All right. So Soul Beacon now grants 4 seconds of immunity to the character. So this is Life Staff. That's huge. Immunity. Radiant Halo movement speed is increased by 20%. Okay. Characters and allies applied with the Halo are now immune to negative effects and cleanse of existing ones. Amazing. We love our healers, and now they can dispel your negative effects. That's huge. Sword and Shield. Unending Vow. Area increased by 20%. Character and allies within the circle are now immune to negative effects and cleansed of existing ones. Class of balances and adjustments and balancements hasn't done yet. We will be working on it. Huge, though. Huge, right? I mean, I don't really agree with all of this one. All right? Not entirely. I would like to see Spear have a life skill. Like, make our Spear throw grant us 15% health back. Spear's the only class that doesn't have a shield and health that you can regen. At least on the Legionnaire side, right? You have a small shield with the other side, but interesting enough, it's all in the works. So that's the updates today. They are live now, and you can also see this in the game here. They also show you. I want to go show you the changes, at least to Spear. And if I have a bow, we'll do the charge up and stuff. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got a couple things here. So we got Ruthless Dive. That's super faster. It's amazing. I love it. This one, Supreme Force, faster kick, faster Lance Cyclone. Still slow, but I usually just pop it, pull people, and then move. Not as fast as I think it should have been, but it's a work in the right direction. So that's Spear. That's the changes with Spear, right? Now, let's look at the hammer attack speed. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. One thing they didn't address with hammers, though, is the fact that they have the highest base AP in the game and they do the least amount of damage. I would like to see hammers have like a shield break ability or something as well. It's kind of like Necro. But time will tell. Time will tell. Let's look at a bow real quick. Let's do the charge up. Oh my god, it's so much faster, bro. Look how fast you go to 3x. That's huge. Now, we can't use the abilities, but we did say breakaway, you get even more movement speed. And then I think as on the other side, like Skyfall shot, they slow now. Evasive shot gets movement speed. Piercing arrow heals you. Most people that play archer or bow that are playing on the archer tree anyways, but very interesting. Very interesting to see. The other stuff, just kind of minor adjustments, like the life staff things. I don't think I can really showcase that a whole lot because I'm not spec'd. But Radiant Halo, like I said, immune to negative effects, cleanse existing ones. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, overall, pretty W updates except for the bow stuff. I mean, why are we favoring bow so much? What's going on there? What's going on there? But anyways, that's all for the updates currently. And I will be working on a couple other videos here very, very soon. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Goodbye.